Alright. Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Alright, let's go.
You got headphones over there?
I got headphones on my headphones.
You want to plug them in the bottom there?
That was too big.
Hmm?
That's what she said. Usually.
Oh, you need the adapter?
Got an extra.
There's not one in there.
Yeah, I took that. I don't know.
Alright, you gotta use this one because you're on number one, right? He's on number one.
Right, I'm
right here.
No, you can still sit right here. Just,
get it together, son. Show business, kid.
I'm ready. I'm on. Am I in? Let me know.
Okay.
You good? Let me know. I'm in. You can hear me.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you.
Yep. Are we baked yet? I cannot hear myself.
No.
You got your speakers turned up?
Yeah, I can't. Can I?
We can hear you.
Oh, y'all can hear me? I can't hear y'all.
I think your thing is upside down, so turn the volume the other way.
Hello. Oh, there we go. Alright, yeah. My mic sounds nice.
Trust me, I've gotten that call before. Can't hear nothing. Shut the phone off. Go silent.
I'm baked.
Alright, stand by. Hey, welcome to Fully Baked Radio. I'm your host, Vanessa Maria, joined here by Jason Arnold and the crew.
Alright.
On today's episode, we're going to be doing the Fully Baked recap, giving you the latest in cannabis news. We also have special guest Nelson Guerrero with the Cannabis Cultural Association. They are suing Jeff Sessions, and they just had a hearing in New York. So we're going to talk to him a little later on about that. And we got your hot box and more. So stay tuned. You're listening to Fully Baked Radio on WPPM 106.5 FM.
Howdy.
You gonna lie?
Hey, welcome back. You're listening to Fully Baked Radio here at Philly Cam. We're chilling here in Center City on WPPM 106.5 FM. I'm your girl, Vanessa Maria. And our buddy Flip Marley, he's on vacay. He's away doing something.
Yeah, all the way on the other side of the country right now.
So we're holding it down here for him. But it's all good because we have lots of great news and other stuff coming up. Jason Arnold, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm blessed. I feel wonderful. How the people, how everybody else doing out there?
Mr. Lighter Side of Trenton.
Yes, because I'm fully baked. People, are y'all baked? I am fully baked.
So, hey, how you doing? We have another guest. Tell everybody who you are.
It's your neighborhood base boy, B. Dr. Vinci, man. How y'all doing out there?
We're doing good. He's our guest co-host for today.
Shout out Flip, man. I know you're out there having fun, man.
He's always having a good time. Hopefully he's fully baked.
Oh, no doubt about that. No doubt.
He a captain too.
So, a lot of stuff has happened since we were here in the studio, but the big news in Philly, of course, is that it's been like Eagles madness for the last month or so.
Yeah, and they deserve it. I don't see it really letting up anytime soon either. Like this green madness that's going on, Philly, y'all deserve it.
Yep,
so like really take advantage, wild out with it.
Dilly, Philly. About time, man. That's my team, man. I love, man.
It was really cool. You know, I saw people crying. Like, people were just flipping out. Like, I was down at Brother Walnut after the Super Bowl, and it just erupted. It was crazy. People were climbing everything. And then I was out the parade in Philly. Everybody had a day off. It was cool. It was like definitely good vibes all around.
And it was somebody who was giving out free beer. Like some company was giving out free beer to everybody.
We're not gonna give them free advertising, but it rhymes with Mud Light.
So you know what I mean. Public drinking becomes public urination. So I heard it was a lot of
there was a lot of people peeing in the alleyways and on everything. Yes,
but not in the stoner corner. I know it was a lot of people out there smoking too. Like you
know what?
Any
100%. Like we walked all over. Me and my brother. My brother and I have been watching Eagles games. We're a big Eagles family. So when he was like, "Let's go to the parade," I was like, "Definitely." And we met with our cousins who are also big Eagles fans. But we couldn't cross the street. The whole parade route was blocked. And they were on the other side. So we were like, how are we going to get over? So we walked from the art museum all the way to City Hall to go underground in the train tunnels to come up under the other side. So needless to say, we did a big loop around the parade route. And we must have passed hundreds of thousands of people. And during that walk, the entire time, it smelled like cannabis.
The entire time.
The entire time.
Wow.
And people were lighting up everywhere. You know, they're celebrating. So, and it's decriminalized here in Philly, so people weren't worried about it. And it was really dope. Because I saw the potential, like, wow, when it does leave, and all these people, are going to be buying and sharing, and, it's a huge potential market here. Just from seeing all those smokers, I'm like, wow, there's a lot, more than I thought.
And how well it actually worked out, too. Like, the city really wasn't damaged and tore apart like how it was expected to be. Like, it wasn't too much madness.
I gotta say, like, I want to clear things up because there's a lot of negative media about Philly talking about people rioting and going crazy. Right. And there's people being like, no, it was totally fine. I feel like somewhere in the middle is the truth because the majority of people were chill and were having a good time. But there was a group of like young white college age dudes who were tearing stuff up. And they were the ones that were photographed, And so I do think, like, those people, they're shady. I don't condone any of that. But they also got away with it because of the color of their skin. The police were taking selfies. They were dancing. They didn't stop anybody. So I took note of that. Being a constant protester and then any reason to arrest you. But people out there tearing stuff up, they just let them. So that's my perspective from where I was. During the parade, everybody was like pretty chill. I didn't see people damaging stuff. It was early and people weren't as drunk. Whereas the Super Bowl, they were probably drinking all day by the time 10 o'clock rolled around. People were lit. So I think that the parade having that many more people, almost 3 million people, and everybody being pretty cool, I think that's that's pretty awesome. So shout out to everybody that came out. There was people from Delaware, New York, all of New Jersey,
Florida,
everywhere.
All over the country. Yeah, every little pothole throughout. Like, you'd be surprised. Arkansas.
Yeah, well, when I lived in everywhere, there's Eagles fans everywhere.
Randomness.
Well, when I was in North Carolina, I was a bartender, and I used to put on the Eagles games, and then all these other random Eagles people showed up. They're like, "Yo, I hear you put the games on," and I was like, "I do." Oh, and so we started growing a little Eagles nation because I was like the only bar that played the Eagles games down there, and that's because the owner was from like Maryland. He didn't care. He was like, play whatever you want. But, typically you go into another team's territory and it's, like, not cool to play, like, other teams and stuff.
Imagine doing that in Dallas.
Yeah, where the Eagles people go? They probably just have to stay home. They can't go nowhere. I went to a Pittsburgh Steelers bar in Delaware when they won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago because I have a lot of friends from Pittsburgh. And I kind of laughed. I said they had to do it in Delaware because a lot of them were from Philly. So because they can't have those Steelers bars in Philly. But Delaware doesn't have a football team. So, we could do it there. But anyway, I think it's good for the city, and I hope people continue being nice to one another.
The start of a dynasty.
Oh, we was just talking about it in the car on the way up here too. The love sign just got returned, like a couple days ago. Yeah, the day before Valentine's Day. Like they wanted to make sure they got it out, so everybody can still take their Valentine pictures. Yeah, most definitely. Like.
That is like one of the most famous places people take pictures.
Completely refurbished it, polished it up. It's back better than ever. So yeah, check that out though.
They also have a parade for it too.
Yeah, little parade. I was saying, I was like, yo, they had another parade after that one. But yeah, obviously it didn't get that much shine. Like the Eagles.
I read about it, but I wasn't trying to go down there. Right, it was cold. Right. So if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Fully Baked Radio on WTPM 106.5 FM. I'm Vanessa Maria, chilling with the Fully Baked crew. We're about to get into our Fully Baked recap. It's never a boring minute when it comes to cannabis news. There's always something unfolding. So for our first story, Pennsylvania has recently opened up some cannabis dispensaries. And people are now, patients who have been waiting a long time, have been starting to buy it. And what's been circulating on social media are images of the price sheets. And you probably imagine that it's outrageously expensive. About $75 for a gram of cannabis wax.
Right.
And that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Well, I'm not paying that.
Like I said, it's disrespectful. Like it's really just like a slap in the face to the patients who really need this stuff.
It's no different than pharmaceuticals that are jacked up. They jack up the prices every now and again, and then it really screws people over who are sick and dependent on it. And so that's exactly what they did. And again, I think what happens is that people aren't going to buy it from the dispensaries legally.
Right. The black market,
it's going to thrive real easy.
Black market got some deals, right? They're happy. They see that price list. They were like, cha-ching.
Cha-ching. 35. Oh, 50. What?
Yeah, exactly. People who are collecting disability checks.
That's the government, though. You know how they just want money. They're just trying to get all the money they can. They're trying to just...
people still dying, though. This is...
They don't care about that. Talk about the cha-ching.
Can't even show you lying about that.
New Jersey's no different, though. It's still, really expensive in the New Jersey dispensaries. The Delaware dispensaries are expensive, too. It's just... Again, it's just what's the point of going through all this trouble to change the law, to set up these programs, to help people, and then in the end, they can't even get access to it. It's just I don't know. Pennsylvania, you got work to do. I hope that the price goes down after a while because that's
it's going to be a while.
Those are tourist prices.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah, for real.
Out of town prices.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not right. Okay, so speaking of medical marijuana dispensaries, Governor Phil Murphy in New Jersey has been wanting to change medical marijuana program in New Jersey. So last month he held a press conference saying that he wanted to do an investigation and find out from the public how to better expand the program and, serve people. Because right now, not a lot of people are patients. And he knows that that's a result of the Christie administration deliberately, purposely making it really inaccessible. So people from all over New Jersey have been communicating with the governor and his staff, letting them know what they want. We list a bunch of the things, we've been saying these things, right? We've been saying these things. So I read the list and you tell me what's missing, because we gave our own list, but we'll just go over. I mean, again, the things that they found out are like no surprise. So the first thing is that they want to triple the number of dispensaries. And right now there's only, 6 dispensaries?
Oh, 5. I don't think the 6th one even open yet.
5.5?
Yeah.
For the entire state of 9 million. So more, but triple is still not even that many more, right? It's just not. Okay. Now the second one is more conditions added to the program.
Right.
A lot more conditions. 43. That's what the Medical Marijuana Review Panel recommended. Patients being able to buy more. Right now, they can only get up to 2 ounces per month, which you might be like, that's a lot. Like, how many joints did they need? But you have to understand that they don't sell edibles and other products, and oils and stuff like that.
Right.
So when you cook with it, when you're processing it, you need a lot more. It's not like, for example, Tuffy. Remember Ricardo Rivera was on the show talking about he has to buy a lot because his daughter can't smoke joint.
Right.
She has to eat it in edibles, and it requires a lot more product. If they would just sell edibles, which is next on the list, that would solve that problem. Let's see. Oh, they want to buy other products in addition, because you can't even get topicals here, like the skincare products and stuff.
No.
That's like creams and gels and salves.
Yeah.
Like skin type.
You can.
Yeah.
Depends on what's made with it, but a lot of them not really.
I should have reached out to this company. Last summer I went to a cannabis convention. It was the Cannabis Congress World Business Expo.
Mm-hmm.
There was this company there. They had a herbal hand cleaner, and basically it was like a organic hand cleaner that if you breaking up your medicine and you got the residue on your hands, using the hand cleaner will help the residue absorb into your system. But I meant to get in contact with
brilliant.
them.
That's science.
It really is. Funny story to go along with that too. Because I went there. Me and Phil was there for Fully Baked. Covering the events and everything. I actually put a video together with them in it also. But they gave me a sample of it. I was using it, and one time I used it and applied it to my forehead. I put it on my forehead. And within a couple seconds, my pop, all these little bumps started popping up on my head. So I'm like, no, I'm flushing in the toilet. No, this is the money maker right here. You can't mess with this. It don't work on my face. Something ain't right. Something's not right. So Barack had posted. He reposted their page and was really bigging it up. I'm like, nah, something's wrong with it. It made me break out and all this or whatever.
Right.
And the owners of the company, they reached back out to me and they said that they actually, they worked out the label. It's not for people to put on their foreheads or whatever. There's nothing wrong with the chemicals, but they changed the label up so people don't put it on their foreheads because they saw the post that I made a couple months ago. Yeah, I didn't the reviews wasn't good.
What was it for?
It's for your hands or whatever. I guess they
hand
say
only.
Exactly.
That's how.
Would you put cleaners for your hands on your forehead though?
But if it's marketed as organic and herbal, like sanitizer is a difference.
If you have stuff with like menthol in it, which is natural, menthol's, and you put it somewhere you shouldn't put it, it's gonna burn, and it's some of those things they're not for everywhere.
I ain't saying I'm gonna run my eye with it.
I just had no problem being a test dummy with that. So like, if y'all want to send me some products, I mean, I'd like to check out some more. You know what I mean?
And it was
it's a great, but they also a new business. Like at that time, I think they were only established for about 6 months or so. So like they're working, they're getting the kinks out there. But yeah, I love new products coming out this cannabis world. It's amazing. Smokers come up.
Don't put stuff on your forehead, kids, that you don't know where it comes from or if it's supposed to. You're
gonna get Jason.
Hand cleaner is for hands only.
All right, we're gonna continue with this list. The other changes recommended were that patients could see their own doctor instead of having to see a doctor on the list.
Nice.
This has been like a really important issue because a lot of people, their doctors, they don't want to get on the list and they can't find a doctor. It's like a whole hassle. So, yeah, anybody who's a doctor should be able to prescribe it. All right, and then, also wanting to, roll it out fast within the next few months. So what's missing? What's not on there?
Homegrown.
But still, one of my concerns, I never hear people really talk about is the whole sharing thing. It doesn't make any sense that patients can't share medicine. Like,
what?
Like if I'm a patient and you're a patient and you don't have any medicine, but I do, I can't let you use any of my medicine. Like, it's against the law for me to let you use my medicine, even if it's the same prescription. Like, I cannot share it with you. It's against the law.
Can I legally take it?
No, you cannot. It doesn't make any sense. Like, for what reason is that even in there? Let's just take that whole little bit out.
Yeah.
But, no, that really makes no sense.
They want to make money.
Because if people shared it and grew it together.
It's like LimeWire. You remember how LimeWire used to be?
I remember that if you put it on your computer, you will get a virus.
But you get anything from LimeWire, and that was like a computer like information sharing type.
It was like Napster and all those things and BitTorrent.
Yeah.
You upload stuff and you catch. Yeah, exactly.
From computer to computer,
I mean, yes, people should be able to share. And so what else happened this week? Oh, right. So new numbers came out for legal marijuana sold in Colorado, 2017. $1.5 billion was sold.
Okay.
And it's an increase over 1.3 billion sold in 2016. So that's a lot. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Who's making that money? I want to know.
Ooh, where is that money going?
Good question. So, lastly, Fox News did a poll. Of course, I could take it with a grain of salt, but still, if their viewers are saying this, I still think that it's noteworthy. And 59% of their viewers said that they support legalizing marijuana. Okay? Fox News people.
59%?
Really, yeah.
That means it's much higher than that in reality, right?
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, that's why I'll take that.
All right, you're listening to Fully Baked Radio, and we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk with Nelson Guerrero. He is one of the organizers and board members of the Cannabis Cultural Association, and they're one of the plaintiffs in a historic lawsuit against Jeff Sessions and the Department of Justice over legal scheduling of marijuana. We'll be right back. We'll talk with him and learn all about the case. You're listening to WPPM 106.5 FM, Fully Baked Radio.
All right.
All right, I'm going to have him call now.
Who this?
That's the guy Nelson.